Welcome back, everyone. How you doing? As you can see, kicked off today's video with the workout. Just thought I'd switch it up a little bit. I'm doing well. First off, I hope everyone's well, everyone's safe, everyone's healthy. Today's workout was cleans, I love cleans, as I said before, and did some deadlift work, as you saw, and then for a bit of a quick metcon, it was about 9.5 minutes, was 10 to 1 deadlift, and then a 1 to 10 toaster bar. And it was just, I guess, a casual pace, just trying to, the rest was walking in between both stations and that sort of thing. So it was a fair bit of work this week. I haven't recorded all of it. A lot of it was cardio and really focused on core. So during those last couple of rounds of toaster bar, my midsection was just absolutely cooked. But that was today's workout. Now, one thing I haven't really spoken about much, and I probably want to get to in this video real quick before we dial it in, is why I train. I guess I've spoken about how I started this channel and I'll be quite honest, as a motivation for me to keep myself accountable while we're in lockdown, and just not sure how much longer we're going to be not allowed to go back to the box at the moment. It kind of looks like it's going to be a fair few months away based on what we're hearing in the news, which, it is what it is, but that doesn't mean we can't do something. Here I've got this space, and while I haven't got world-class equipment, I've got everything that I need. More importantly, it's just finding and building that motivation to keep training. And in a way, I'm starting to get comfortable working out on my own, starting to understand when I should push myself and what I can sort of improve on. It's always better to work out with someone that's just me. I enjoy the community, and I've said it before, but I will get to I'll get to a vlog about my box in future posts. But this one, the reason why I train. For me, I've been training since all different types of training since I was 18 years old. I'm not going to reveal my age just yet, but maybe the grey hairs might give it away. But since I was 18, and a lot of it was in the bodybuilding, the 5-day split, chest, back, buys, legs, etc., etc. And I stumbled across CrossFit through a mutual friend, a friend of mine who was working in a CrossFit box as a PT, and suggested they were having an 8-week sort of boot camp. And I thought, and it was just in October back in 2015, I thought this is a great way to sort of kickstart and get into summer. Australian summer starts in December, to sort of kickstart that. And 8 weeks in, and I was hooked. And since then, I've been training CrossFit style since then. And there's still a lot of things I've got to work on. Juggling work, family, young family, and trying to fit time in to train. It can be a bit of a juggle. It's not impossible, but it's something which I'm always working towards. But for me, the motivation to train is to better myself. I want to be a fit and healthy person. I want to be, as an older, I'm not going to reveal my age, as an older father, I want to be fit and healthy for my kids. I've got a daughter, I've got a young son who's 2, and the day's going to come when he's going to want to run around, and I'm going to be much older in 10 years' time, and I want to be fit for that. But more importantly, I just believe that this asset that we've got, the human body, is second to none. No matter what computer you build, no matter what robot you build, this biological, biomechanical, whatever you want to call it, this machine that we own and are responsible for, is something which I cherish, and it's something that I want to look after. But it's also something I want to test, and I want to push, and I want to get better at things. And I've chosen CrossFit. I love the style of training. There's always something to work on. There's always something that frustrates me to get better at, and that's good because that's sort of a motivating factor. But there's also much variety as well, and that's what I enjoy about it. For those who, those who are in CrossFit probably understand what I'm talking about. Those who have thought about it, consider trying it. You don't need to be fit to start. You just need to start, and you'll be scaled, and you'll work your way up. Like when I first walked in, I got my ass handed to me, I'll be honest with you. It made me realise that there was so much more I could achieve with my fitness. And, I was grateful for going through that period of frustration and, really bad mobility and working on that. And through that, I've grown. And through that, been uncomfortable, I've found new places of being comfortable, and then finding a new uncomfortable and working on that. And if anything, not to get all philosophical, but that's life in a way as well. From being married and not having kids to then having kids, that's a change. You go from a comfortable to a new uncomfortable in a good way, but then you find a new comfortable, and that becomes a new uncomfortable, and so on and so on. So you learn how to deal with change. You learn how to cope. You learn how to focus and try and look at ways of becoming better. And that's from any style of fitness training. Don't get me wrong. The bodybuilding, the splits, all of that. It doesn't matter what it is. The main thing is just find something that you find motivating, something that you want to pursue to try and get better at, whether that be running, swimming, a sport, bodybuilding, all that sort of thing. It doesn't matter. The main thing is, I feel, don't throw away the opportunity to have this machine work for you as best as it can. Because when you look after the physiological, it really, really plays an important part on the mental. And you're exercising the mind as much as you are the body. Because at times, this controls everything. And as soon as you can control this, well, then you've got control of all of this stuff that hangs off it. So that's my little spiel. That's why I train. There's going to be days when I have low days. There's days you have high days. But that's training. But until that day, stay safe, stay healthy. Till next time, guys. Adios.